And good evening, everyone, on a busy Friday night. I'm Phil Sanchez, live in Winchester, where that tornado that you just heard about, that we've been talking about for the past 24 hours, less than 24 hours, struck down last night. An EF3 tornado. We're talking about winds of 130 to 160 miles an hour blowing through this town here in Randolph County, leaving scenes like the one behind me. This barn that was once a barn, now just a complete mess. There is debris everywhere, spread out all across the area. And I'm connected to the camera now, so I don't want to go too far, but scenes just like this. I mean, trees everywhere, debris everywhere. Hard to imagine. I spoke to somebody just a little while ago who said, we're lucky, though. We're lucky that this was not worse. We have crews spread out all across the area. Not too far from me is Cody Fisher, live in Winchester. Again, Cody, I know we saw you a little while ago as we were driving into town, and you could speak to this. These pictures here, just unconscionable. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Phil Sanchez, live in Winchester tonight, having some technical difficulties out here, as you can understand, because power, it's really spotty. Power is not on. They're trying to get power back on to the number of homes and the number of businesses that were affected by this tornado. I want to give you a live picture here. The National Guard patrolling the streets of Winchester here, trying to work, trying to get people back into their homes, into their businesses. And as you can hear, this is just a lot going on around us here, not too far from downtown Winchester, an area that was hit really, really hard last night. EF3 is what we're being told. I'm going to cross the street here real quick. You can just stay there, Kyle, okay? So this is what we're seeing, okay? This was once just a couple of trees. They're all gone. Up there, people working on roofs. Okay, so these are just some of the scenes that we're seeing here in Winchester. You can go ahead. Cars driving by, looking at the destruction. Power lines all over the place, spewed all over the place, kind of like a web. Okay, so again, a number of crews over here also. You can see the crews. Come walk with me, it's okay. You can see the crews trying to get people back into their homes, back into their businesses. Obviously, a lot of work going on. Okay, so this corner that we're on, this is just kind of a little piece of what's going on here in the town of Winchester today. The cleanup is underway. 38 people, the mayor said earlier today, injured by this. At this point, no deaths. So that's the good news. The bad news, tons of scenes like this. It's just awful, heartbreaking. We drove in, debris everywhere. I mean, it's hard to imagine. You can't really, talking about it doesn't do it justice. Okay, and we have had crews all over the place. Drew Narsutis is off camera here. He couldn't believe it. He's been into a number of these scenes as well. Cody Fisher is not too far from us here in Winchester, an area that took a really hard hit. I know that, Cody, we were over where you were earlier. You're seeing very similar scenes to the one I'm experiencing right now. Hey, Cody, yeah, so neighbors helping neighbors, right? That's the story tonight, right? Because it is time to clean up here. It is time to get folks back to their normal lives. Right above us, and I don't want you to pan up, okay, Kyle, but right above us, they're actually working on getting the power up. This gentleman across the street here, he's been waiting on his power since last night. How you doing, sir?
To move.
You want to come on over here real quick and talk to us real quick? Do you mind? I know you're waiting on your power to get going here.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your name?
Donnie.
Donnie, I'm Phil Sanchez. Nice to meet you. Let me see that microphone. Okay. So Donnie, tell me what happened here last night.
I don't know. I wasn't here. I drive a truck. I was in Illinois.
And then you heard the tornado came through?
My fiance called me and said her and the kids was over in the basement. So.
How long you been without power now?
Since last night, about 9 o'clock last night, whatever.
Anybody hurt in the house?
No, everybody's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly just damage.
Can you believe this? I mean, this is unthinkable here. Yeah.
Both of our cars are totaled. House is pretty tore up, but other than that, everybody's.
What did they tell you as far as that goes, if you don't mind, as far as insurance goes and all that with the house?
We talked to the insurance. They're supposed to send somebody out in the next day or two to, I guess, take pictures and everything.
I guess it could be so much worse, though,
yeah,
right?
at least nobody's dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
at least nobody died.
Okay. All right. Well, Donnie, we'll let you get back to it. Thank you so much. Thank you. So again, guys, just one of the stories here. There are a number of them around here. Okay. So thank you very much. Again, so let's just zoom in over here, Kyle, if you don't mind, up in that tree. You see that piece? That's a piece of an awning up in a tree right there. I mean, it's just a mess out here. We're just a little north of the downtown area here, okay, in Winchester. Hard hit. Now, here's a little bit of a new nugget information, okay, a new information nugget. This tornado, it was on the ground for about 25 miles from Selma to us here in Winchester. On the ground, if you can believe that. Adam Pinsker is in Selma. Again, there are stories like this all over the place. Adam, what are you seeing in Delaware County tonight? All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Phil Sanchez back here in Winchester, where unfortunately this town's beautiful town, I should say, hit by this EF3 tornado last night. We've been covering it all day long. 38 people injured, dozens of homes and businesses damaged. And one of the homeowners, and we've been set up outside of his house here for about 2 hours now. His name is Todd. We were just talking. Todd, I wish we could have met under different circumstances.
That's true.
You know, you have a beautiful house. You said it's pretty new, right?
The house is just a year old, and the barn is maybe a month old.
So take me through last night.
Sitting right there on the front porch, just watching the lightning show, and I heard the freight train noise, and I saw it touch down right over there and started heading that way. We went in, and maybe 30, 45 seconds, glass was flying around. I was trying to get my 80-year-old dad to safety, and it was over that quick.
Wow. Is he okay?
Yep.
Your dad?
Yep.
Good.
Everybody's good. So this material stuff can be replaced.
No doubt, no doubt. So when you hear stories, you know, when you woke up today and you saw, okay, so we have 38 people that were injured, no deaths, was your first thought, hey, this could have been worse?
Yeah, and I just count our blessings. We're pretty fortunate, a lot more fortunate than several other houses and stuff that I've seen in other neighborhoods.
Yeah.
It's devastating.
You lived here your whole life, you told me off camera.
Yes.
You ever remember anything like this?
No, this is my first tornado.
Wow.
And Dad's 80 years old, and that's his first tornado.
Unreal.
So we're hoping it's our last, that's for sure.
No doubt. What about the power? Is it back on for you folks yet?
No, not yet. The AEP is working hard, and AMP, they're working hard to get it. Matter of fact, they got everything set up over there. They're saying we should have power by 9 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, okay.
But, other towns or neighborhoods have got it sooner.
Yeah.
So they're working pretty hard on it.
Okay. All right, and I guess one more thing is that, did you drive around town today? Did you look at some of that damage?
Yes, I was out in my truck, and then I went out on my golf cart, and it's just, there's one edition, it's called the Gaslight Edition, and that place will never be the same.
Yeah.
It's devastating.
Awful. Well, the good news is that, it could have been a lot worse, right?
Yes, if there's no deaths, we're good.
There you go. Todd, good to see you. Thank you very much. Yeah, good luck to you. Thank you. And again, guys, stories like Todd's are just, one of a number of them here. We have crews spread out all across the area. Selma, not too far from here. We have Adam Pinsker there. But first, I want to go to Cody Fisher, who's also here in Winchester with me. Cody, what are you seeing?
People here in Winchester are changed because of Mother Nature. Phil?
No doubt about that, Cody. I mean, it's something you can't express and something you really can't wrap your brain around until you're in it, until you're talking to people like we are today, or even when you're driving in. Because when I drove in earlier, it went from an area that was beautiful, untouched, to an area of destruction like that, like the snap of the fingers. And then we get into the heart of downtown, and you see this. You see just like what's driving past us here, trucks with trees in the back, and homes that were destroyed, and people waiting for their power to come back on. I mean, just look at this debris. I mean, it's hard to imagine. Go ahead. Hi, how are you? It's hard to imagine. I mean, and I don't know how if you guys can hear me, but this is a street sign. It's just snapped in half. I mean, you've never seen anything like it if you've ever been experienced anything like this before. Thank you very much. This is hard, guys. But the good news is, and you talk to the people, is that this is a tight-knit community. They're going to help each other out, neighbor to neighbor, and like we can't underline it enough. 38 people were injured in this, no deaths. So that's good. Okay, the destruction, everything else, as Todd mentioned, this can all be replaced, right? So, but it wasn't only this area. It wasn't only Winchester. Selma also got a direct hit as well. This tornado was on the ground for 25 miles from Selma, which is in Delaware County, all the way to us here in Randolph County. Adam Pinsker joining us for that perspective from that side of the area here tonight. Adam, what are you seeing, sir? Adam, good information there tonight. Okay, so the power's back on in Selma, so that's good news. They're still working on it here, and they are working on it, because right behind our cameraman, Kyle, they are crews trying to get these people back up and running. As you heard Todd mention, they're hoping for about 9 o'clock tonight. So fingers crossed on that. That way these folks can actually get a good night's sleep tonight. So that is That is the hope. Okay, so we're live here in Winchester. We'll give you the latest from Winchester and Selma throughout the night. For now, though, I'm Phil Sanchez. We'll see you back on the other side of the break.